It's Halloween. Hurry up, it's Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Hurry up, it's Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Only one more day till Halloween. And we're not referencing Halloween 3. We are referencing Halloween 3, but that's not the movie we're reviewing. But it does play a huge role into this film, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Matuzovich. This is my partner, Mike Brogdon. Mike, how you doing?
I'm good. Hope everyone's having a great and safe Halloween weekend.
Mm-hmm. And of course, and I hope all of you, our lovely audience, are also having a wonderful Halloween season and staying safe, not letting any, demented serial killers out and about, staying in well-lit areas.
Or demented clowns.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or demented clowns or demented tomatoes while we're at it. Look, I have a reason for referencing that, but I'm not going to go into it now. But this is Halloween Kills, the sequel to Halloween 2018. Really quick thoughts on the movie.
Well, me personally, like I said, I really don't do horror films,
Mhm.
but I really enjoyed myself with this. I've watched now I've actually binge watched all the Halloween movies.
Mhm.
So me personally, it really some of them didn't make sense, but
Mhm.
the first one, 2018, this one and Halloween Ends actually makes sense to me. So I really enjoyed myself with this.
Okay. And so the first time you saw this movie was rather recently, just to
Yes.
clarify. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Me, first time I saw this movie, it was with Leo, who's not here at the moment. Please leave a message after the beep, beep. And of course, we saw it at the movie theater. It was the weekend of its premiere, and I made so many jokes about Halloween 6 prior to watching this movie. And he's like, Mike, don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare. And then when we actually saw the movie, he got so mad at me because it turns out my references were on point completely unintentionally.
Okay, let's make this perfectly clear. If I'm ever in California, do not do that. Okay?
I mean, again, I did not see Halloween Kills or anything about it prior to actually watching the movie. All I knew is that Michael C. Hall is going to play Tommy Doyle. That's all I knew about it. So I just made one Halloween 6 joke about Tommy Doyle. I did not think that somehow that joke would become relevant to the movie. Okay.
Sure. We'll go with that.
But okay, so we did reference that this is the Shamrock timeline. So what does that mean? Let's repeat. Let's go over it one more time for the audiences who didn't watch Halloween 78 or Halloween 2018. So we have this theory to explain the different continuities of the Halloween franchise because there's 13 films in total. The way it works is Halloween 1 is the alpha verse of all the Halloween movies, while Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, is a separate universe. And there was this Druidian ritual involving Stonehenge, which makes no sense because Halloween is an Irish holiday, but Stonehenge is a Scottish landmark. That makes no sense. But the ritual was interrupted. So the theory is the interrupted ritual created a bridge to the Michael Myers universe that fractured its reality into 4 different timelines, which we aptly named the Witch timeline, the Pumpkin timeline, the Skull timeline, and the Shamrock timeline, named after the 4 symbols of the Silver Shamrock Novelties Company, which are the bad guys in Halloween 3. This is the Shamrock timeline because it is allegedly the main universe, consisting of Halloween 1, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. So here we are, the Shamrock timeline. And this is so last time we said our praises about Halloween 2018. It was supposed to be like the greatest Halloween movie since H2O. Did its sequel hold up, or did it just flatline?
Mm. Hmm. Hmm. You see, I'm gonna wait till you give your explanation because I got some stuff I gotta say.
Okay, we'll save it to the end.
Yeah.
But that, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is basically the question we're gonna try to answer throughout this entire podcast. Now, this movie takes off immediately after the events of the first movie, kind of like how Halloween 2 took place immediately after Halloween 1. And where we last left off, Laurie Strode set her house on fire with Michael trapped inside. Problem is, as I mentioned last time, firemen somehow screw things up in this franchise. So it's always somehow firemen that screw things up. And what ends up happening? They end up accidentally helping Michael escape, and they got what's coming to them. Now, this scene sets the tone for this movie. And I want to ask your opinion about this sequence. What was your thoughts when you first saw all these firemen get brutally destroyed by Mike Myers?
First off, I'm like, if the house is burning down for a reason, even though there's sirens, the person is telling you, let it burn. You got just let the damn thing burn. Just let it burn. People, come on. Listen, I'm gonna give y'all advice. If you guys are ever in one of those situations, I pray that you're not. But if you're ever in those situations and you burn down your house,
yep,
don't call the fire department. Please don't call the fire department. For the love of all things holy in this world, do not call the fire department. Just let it burn to the ground, please. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Because, the fire ended up not killing Mike. And he just, I want to talk about this shot right here, because firefighters wear heavy clothes to mitigate the burning while they're inside a burning building. So this dude is upwards of 250 pounds, and Mike Myers is lifting him up by one arm while impaling him with the other. And this is one of the tamer kills in the opening act.
This is no. I'm sorry, you're gonna laugh. So when I saw that, the first song that came to my head was "Hellfire" from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Like fire, hellfire.
Now, one scene that they did show prior to this opening kill sequence was they kind of recreated certain scenes from the original 1978 movie and made new scenes with featuring old characters, like with their faces like looking younger like they were in the original film, including they somehow digitally inserted Don Pleasance as Dr. Loomer. So what were your thoughts on this recreation of the 1978 sequence?
I'm just like, okay, I see how you guys are. I see. Mm-hmm. Me personally, I thought it was a really, really good good idea, because like technology nowadays, you could actually do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember 2016, a lot of people complained about that one actress doing a recreation of Princess Leia's face. I mean, it wasn't too bad, honestly, but the technology has definitely improved at that point in time. And I think they improved even further 5 years later when they made Halloween Kills. So I actually appreciate that they pay homage to the original film where Michael doesn't kill that one kid. And we do see more scenes with Dr. Loomer, because as we all know, Don Pleasance did passed away during while they were filming Halloween 6, which resulted in the producer's cut versus the theatrical cut. And if you want to hear our thoughts on that, go to the Scrub Club the SoundCloud. But the fact that they managed to bring back Dr. Loomer in a way that doesn't insult the original character, in a way that pays proper homage to the character, I actually appreciate that. And I do love, and I love the fact that we have the technology to make it very photorealistic, you know. Yeah. So as it turns out, we are introduced to some legacy characters in the opening scene. Well, not opening scene, but like right after the firefighter scene. And
exactly.
Yeah, so we do see 4 characters returning. Among them include the nurse. So one of them is the nurse that was with Dr. Loomis when Michael Myers escaped in the first film, and one of the surviving babysitters. And we're introduced to 2 new characters, Dr. Love and Nurse Love. Ironically, the wife is a doctor and the husband is a nurse, but their Halloween costumes is that the wife is the nurse and the husband's the doctor. So 2 questions here. First of all, role reversal.
Nope. Nope. No. See, I have no words. I have none. I can't do it. I have no words for this. I really don't.
All right. Well, I'll say this. I do appreciate that they brought back some of the actors. And yes, one of the bully kids was one of the returning characters. And small world, turns out his son was the boyfriend of Laurie's granddaughter. So small world. Like, who would have thought? And of course, the most important returning character is none other than Tommy frickin' Doyle. And he is played by none other than Michael Hall. Sorry, Anthony Michael Hall. Yeah.
Let's go!
Now, for those of you who don't know, Anthony Michael Hall is famous for being in a lot of 1980s teen films, such as Breakfast Club.
Don't you forget about
me. 16 Candles. I think he was in Pretty in Pink, but he was definitely in what's it called? Weird Science, which has our homeboy Mr. Vernon Wells. And
that's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
Yeah. And so Anthony Michael Hall was in a lot of really great films throughout the 80s and early 90s. And of course, he also appeared in a T-Mobile commercial with Lily from no, not T-Mobile, AT&T commercial. And like there was even this one funny part where like she asked, "Oh, like you can watch all these movies with Anthony Michael Hall in these on this phone. I wonder what he's doing right now." And he says, "Maybe buying a phone." But yes, so the last time we saw Tommy Doyle was in the Witch timeline in the Jamie trilogy. In Halloween 6, he was played by none other than Paul Rudd, but clearly he was recast by Anthony Michael Hall. And naturally, because he plays Tommy Doyle, I did make the joke of, I hope this movie won't be anything like Halloween 6. Expect a lot of Halloween 6 references in this review.
Please do.
So we do find out Michael's escaped, as well as several other convicts, and now the whole city is going nuts about it. We even have this hospital scene where everyone is panicking and they form a mob, and of course they all say the phrase throughout the entire film: "Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight." And of course when they got Anthony Michael Hall to be like, it's like I'm gonna get some stuff to fight Michael. I'm thinking, yeah, I got some runes I need to get my hands on.
This dude comes out blazing with a freaking baseball bat,
Mhm.
bruh.
Yeah, and I love that the baseball bat is called the Huckleberry.
Bruh, it doesn't get more badass than that.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be your Huckleberry.
Like, take me out to the ball.
Now we do get a reference to a larger Halloween franchise because throughout the film we get three kids pulling pranks on everyone, and these three kids happen to be dressed up as a skeleton, a pumpkin, and a witch. For those now,
Oh,
for all you longtime Halloween fans, you know what this is a reference to.
how about you explain the reference?
Hurry up, it's Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Hurry up, it's Halloween, Silver Shamrock. It's from Halloween 3. Silver Shamrock primarily had three masks in their
Oh yeah.
novelty: the witch, the pumpkin, and the skeleton. And of course, that's what we're naming the other three timelines after. The witch timeline being the Jamie trilogy, the pumpkin timeline being Halloween 2, H2O, and the Resurrection, and of course the Skull timeline are the two Rob Zombie movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the less we say about those, the better. Nevertheless, it's actually like, what do you think about this nod when they actually showed the three kids having those three costumes?
I liked it. I'm like, okay, they're paying their respects, they're paying their homage. I like it.
Yeah, and one of the houses that they pranked was none other than arguably the best characters in the entire film, Little John and Big John. Care to say a few words about Little John and Big John?
What?
Like your thoughts about the two characters, their dynamic, their chemistry,
Loved
and
it. I absolutely loved it.
yeah, no, Little John and Big John. I think out of all the kills in the entire film, I think no one was as pissed off as about any victim other than the Little John and Big John. But I have to say this: respect to Michael in that he actually, like, when he killed the two of them and you see their two bodies, they got their arms wrapped around each other.
Aw.
So I'm like, you know, Michael, you may be a sociopath,
But you're a
but
sociopath.
you may be a sociopath, but at least you're also a romantic. Stay away from your
You're a
sister.
caring sociopath. But no. But you're still a freaking sociopath, my
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. I love that you respect that you recognize same-sex relations, but you're still a sociopath.
Exactly.
Yeah, and props, like your hands are rated E for everyone, just like Yusuke Urameshi's.
Like I don't know, you see, I'm like, yo, you see this? I don't care. My hands are rated E for everyone. You got a problem with that?
Now, the people in the hospital do form a mob, and they try to go after a guy that they think is Michael Myers,
Think.
but turns out it was just some other random guy that had nothing to do with Michael Myers, and he
At
ended up
all.
killing himself in order to avoid the mob. Now, I'm curious, like what do you think the commentary would be about the whole mob chasing after that escaped prisoner?
My thing is like basically how like it how do I put this? Everyone is already in the state of panic, in the state of frenzy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now with the state convicts on the loose, they just assume, oh, this is Michael. Let's get him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Karen did try to stop them, but she didn't really succeed in that.
No.
And and I find it interesting how, like, they were all stampeding up the stairs, because I think if there's any takeaway from that is when there's mass panic, people
No
lose their
one
sense.
listen. When there's a mass panic, excuse my language, no one gives a damn.
Yeah, like no one has people lose their sense of rationality, and I
Exactly.
And I think that is part of like the evil that Michael Myers brings to the community. It's not that he himself is the killer, but also the fact that
What
he's
he
causing
represents.
the society to kill itself out of fear.
Fear can be a great motivator or a great manipulator.
Yeah, and of course, fear leads to hate, hate leads to anger, anger leads to suffering, which leads to the dark side. So there's that. Yeah, and I think and I actually appreciate that scene because because it does have a social commentary to an extent that I don't think other Halloween movies have really touched upon, because like when you look at the internet, a lot of people have mob mentalities when it
That
comes
is true.
yeah, like people are quick to persecute without taking the moment to
Analyze
really
the
assess.
situation.
Yeah, like most recently was the Bayonetta situation, as of the time of this recording, because we only heard one side of the story, everyone believed it, everyone started attacking Platinum and Nintendo, but then there was like new information that came out, and I'm pretty sure some people feel silly, while other people started doubling down on the false information involved.
Exactly.
Yeah, and this happens all the time, not just here in the US, but everywhere in the world. England, Italy, China, Middle East, Japan, even like everywhere in the world, fear and anger are the two biggest motivators of ignorance. Ignorance causes more problems of self that lead to self-destruction and destruction of people around them. And I think that this move, like if there's one merit about this film, this would be what it touched upon the most, is that
Exactly. Exactly.
societal ignorance. Yeah, so props to the movie for doing that. I mean, it made everyone in Haddonfield look stupid, but I think that's part of the point. Speaking of stupid people, let's talk about that car scene.
I don't want to talk about the car scene. I don't want. I really don't. I don't want to talk about the car scene.
We have to talk about the car scene.
Oh God.
Why don't
Let's do
you?
it. Let's do it. Come
Why
on.
don't you?
No, let's rip the band-aid. Let's rip it.
Okay, so the doctor, the nurse, the two survivors, well, three of the survivors, all form a separate mob to patrol the city, and of course, Michael starts attacking their car. Some of those kills are really well done, like he's like from above and like jabbing his machete like down from the roof.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about how the doctor dies?
No.
Why don't you?
No.
Why don't you tell them how the doctor dies?
No, I don't want to. You do it.
I don't have words for this. Okay, so some of the kills, like they're like really cool kills. Like like you got the machete, you got people getting their necks snapped, but then the doctor, the black lady right there in the middle, she was given a gun in case she encounters Michael.
We're
And
going to talk about this chick who
yes,
Michael legit Spartan kicks the gun to have her blow her own face off like this freaking 007 GoldenEye. Oh, y'all thought I was going to miss this? Y'all thought I was going to miss this movie?
I've been carefully stalling this review
Let me tell
that
y'all
you
something.
would show up in time for this specific scene.
Oh, no.
So I think there's no one better to talk about it than you.
Oh, yeah. Like, let me tell y'all something. Listen. And yes, I am rocking this sweet, sexy turtleneck because I am going as Magneto from X-Men First Class. Yes, this sexy turtleneck played by the ever so sexy, and I say this as a straight man, Michael Fassbender. I digress. Let me tell y'all something.
I'm going to count to 3, and you're going to make this coin move.
Okay.
1,
look.
2, go.
Halloween 2018. I mean, we talked to you, Mike, and you and LA Mike and I, we talked about this last week. It's top 3, one of my favorite movies in the franchise. I was very excited with Halloween Kills. Okay, I know y'all probably already talked about how much the movie makes. The movie made its money back tenfold. Okay, and considering the fact that this movie was supposed to come out in 2020, but because of the COVID coronavirus and all of the entire world going on lockdown, they decided to put it on, do it. Release the movie in theaters and have it on Peacock as well. I so happened to see the movie twice. I saw it opening night with LA Mike, and I saw it again on Peacock with my fiance. And over time, yes, this movie I was not the biggest fan of because of the ending. And I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about Michael going Super Saiyan. But over time, I'll say this. I actually enjoy the hell out of this movie compared to the next movie we talk about. I digress. But no, Halloween Kills, honestly, it's not my favorite. But when it comes to entertainment value, oh no, it's one of the most entertaining movies in the franchise. I love the characters in this movie. Even the nurse and the doctor who got in the dumbest way possible.
But hold on. My thing is this, right?
Go ahead.
And I'm sorry to say this. No self-respecting black person is no. You see, if it was me, I wouldn't like, listen, I am not going outside. I am hiding in a steel cased bunker. I don't care.
Oh, which reminds me, the old couple at the beginning of the movie. We didn't talk about that.
Oh, Sandra,
the one with the drone.
No,
yo,
no,
I just want to say,
no.
I just want. Oh, by the way, just really quick. If you're listening to this, if you're wondering, I'm going to take this review. This is going to be part of the Struggle Game podcast one as well. This is Scrub Club Reviews of Halloween Kills. We're putting this up because it's about time we have reviewed this movie. So in case y'all want to know, if y'all Struggle Game podcast fans, this is going to be on our SoundCloud too. Just letting y'all know. Anyways, so here's the thing. Sandra and her husband were two of my favorite supporting cast. And I know I'm not supposed to talk about Halloween Ends. I'll leave that for tomorrow or whenever we do it. Tuesday. I love those characters. He's like, don't talk about that woman. She will F you up. Listen, this man, all this dude wanted to do was have some Cheez-Its, a little red wine, and get a little something from his wife.
Exactly.
And Michael comes in and murks them both. So, and it's not like these I'm getting somewhere. And it's not like these two were teenagers having premarital sex, which isn't often we see in Halloween, especially in Halloween 2018. We ain't see no sexy time. And we'll see no sexy time. And spoiler alert, we don't see no sexy time in Halloween Ends with premarital teenage sex. We don't see that. This is two people who've been together maybe like 20, 30 years. Just want and my man's, he just wanted a little something from his wife on Halloween night. I'm just saying. Meanwhile, all these firefighters, 3 blocks getting murked. He's getting murked because all these people want to fight Michael like it's goddamn Street Fighter. I got you.
Okay, but before we
Mike, I'm gonna give it to you in a minute. Never mind. Go ahead. I'll save it to when we talk about the riot fight.
Before we get to the riot scene, we do have to talk about the storming of Little John and Big John's house after they got murked. Yeah, we did mention Big John and Little John, and how Michael is a romantic who recognizes same-sex marriage after his knife is rated E for everyone.
Exactly. He's not saying screw this. Rated E for everyone. Come on.
Like it don't matter. It don't matter if you're it don't matter if you're gay, you're straight, you're a child because he murked a child in the last movie. I don't.
He did.
Yeah, he Steven Seagal neck snapped that little kid.
Yep.
He's Steven Seagal next snapped that kid.
Exactly.
I'm surprised Michael didn't do a roll cancel like he's goddamn Geese Howard and Capcom vs. SNK. But no. I will say this. Big John, Little John, their deaths.
That's how real it is.
Yeah. I was not expecting Big John's eyes to get gouged out, but it's the first. I mean, we've seen Michael do some firsts. I mean, he's hung a dude via knife in the first movie, boiled a woman's face off in the second movie, shotgun to the chest in the fourth movie, death by scythe in the fifth movie, head explosion in Curse.
Death by scythe.
Death by scythe in 5, head explosion in 6, getting his ass beat by Ant-Man at the end of 6, getting his head decapitated in 7, fighting Busta Rhymes in Resurrection, Metal Gear killing Laurie's parents in Remake 1.
You went full Metal Gear with that
Sabretooth and Remake 2.
Yeah.
It's the first for everything. It was the first time we've seen him kill a gay couple. And look,
I mean, like he said, like we keep saying, his hands and his knife was ready to eat for everyone.
Look, I'm not. Listen, listen. I can't. I don't know I know how people felt. I mean, because I've seen the reviews, I've seen people's articles and stuff like that. I can't talk about it personally because, you know why. But again, there were some pretty cool kills, and look. I'm just saying they were pretty good kills. The last one I saw some pretty good kills when it came to that was Elm Street 2. And I love it. And shout out to the actor from Elm Street 2. I love you, dog. I want to meet you at a convention soon.
Okay.
No, dead ass. Like Elm Street 2 is my favorite movie in the series. I'm being for real about that.
So Allison and her ex-boyfriend and his dad go to the John's house, and
1v1 Michael 2.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, LA Mike. I really do apologize. I'm not trying to interrupt. I'm not trying to intrude, but I've seen this movie at least 10 times before we even thought about reviewing this movie. Okay. What is in the water supply in Haddonfield that makes people think 1v1ing this bastard is actually going to work?
Clearly, it's the residual waste from the Silver Shamrock factories.
Nah. It's the same water supply from Elm Street mixed with the water supply from Florida.
Sad but true.
I'm sorry. I apologize to our Floridian fans out there. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
But you know what I mean. Continue. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm done. I'm done talking. I'll wait.
Yeah. So Allison's boyfriend and his dad both get murked. That goes without saying. And the way her ex-boyfriend got murked is pretty standard, straightforward, but so fun to watch. His head gets stuck between two bars. He gets Russian Connie snapped.
Yo, my thing is this. I bet you any amount of money under that mask, Michael was smiling while he was doing this. I bet you any amount of money.
You know, if there was like an overlap with any of the other timelines, like I would love an internal dialogue of Michael being like, "This is for cheating on my grandniece."
But still, like I know. Leo, I know you got something to say. I'm not
gonna say a damn thing. I'm gonna wait. The rant's coming. I'm gonna wait.
But I put this on everything I hold dear in my life. Dude, I put this on everything. I bet you dude was smiling behind that mask.
I'll say this. Allison tries to 1v1 Michael, obviously goes just about as well as you would expect it to, but she does manage to survive because Karen calls up the manager, takes his mask, and runs off. And Michael chases after Karen, and that's when we get the magnum opus of the Shamrock timeline. Leo, you may begin.
Leo, first off, wait, Leo.
Continue. Go. No.
No. Like, it's clear you want to say something about this next scene right here, the magnum opus of the entire Shamrock timeline. Go ahead.
Leo's like, oh boy.
Okay, so Michael follows, and we do see Michael unmasked. And James Jude Courtney once again. I don't know if anyone has actually talked about James Jude Courtney again on here, but shouts to him. This man's in his 60s doing stunt work for this movie. I have to listen. Despite my review of this movie, I will give the credit where credit is due to this movie. This movie, when it comes to the stunts, I'm pretty sure y'all have talked about the firefighter fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite kill in the whole movie, outside of what happened to Big John. Okay, this
honestly, like I said, that firefighter scene, that kill with the firefighter, it reminded me, like I said, the song that came to my head, "Hellfire" from Hunchback of freaking Notre Dame.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. But no, I love the stunt work in this movie. The kills. This trilogy, when it comes to the kills, has upped it again and again. The third one wasn't really Michael doing it, but there were still good kills.
Let's not get into that right now.
We'll talk about that later. I watched the extended version of this movie. I just want y'all to remember that. There's a reason I'm going to talk about that. So, Karen pulls a gotcha moment on Michael again. And we hear Sheriff Brackett say his one famous line from the first movie. Hey, Michael, it's Halloween. Everyone's entitled to at least one good scare. And our boy from the Dead Zone, Anthony Michael Hall, who I swear I really wanted this fool to have Dead Zone abilities and send Michael's ass into the Dead Zone. In case y'all want to know, the Dead Zone movie, Christopher Walken, and the TV show are fantastic. Go watch them. Everyone around the block got an iron, a lamp, a Casey Jones hockey stick, a baseball bat, a cricket. You know, you gotta know what the crumpet is to understand cricket.
Exactly. Yo, I'm sorry.
A gun.
I'm sorry. That scene. I don't care what anyone says. And LA Mike, you can reiterate. My son Michael Myers went Super Saiyan.
Michael gets his ass beat by all these fools. I honestly think he was just rope-a-doping them. He sliced Tony the Tiger's hand, and then he got popped 6 times. No, 5 times because the one shot went off. So he shot him 5 times in the chest. And everyone see to beat the hell out of him. And Karen stabs him in the back of his neck, which I remember watching. I rewatched this scene several times. This is how much analysis I went into it. But she stabs him right here, which is right next to the spinal area. Michael should have been dead. I don't know if y'all, but then the dude went Super Saiyan. I don't know if any of you guys actually talked about Lori not really being in this movie. Did y'all even mention that?
No.
So
She was
Lori,
hospitalized.
after the event, after her almost dying, has surgery. Her and the sheriff, you find out he kind of had a crush on her. They kind of dated like one time, but she was always has eyes for Ben Schramer. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then when the whole riot happened, the mental institution guy jumped to his death because everyone thought he was Michael. You know, no one's really seen Michael's face except Sheriff Brackett. But I digress. Lori's not in the rest of the movie. It's just a monologue. It's like her and the sheriff are like Piccolo and Kami on top of the lookout watching Cell kill everyone in Dragon Ball Z.
Bruh. I'm not using that analogy, but it's true.
Michael kills Sheriff Brackett. So we got another legend character, just like in Scream 5, what happened to Dewey. Like we got another legacy character getting got. And then Michael proceeds to kill the entire mob. If you saw the extended cut, it's a lot more gorier.
If I may, I look the way I like to look at it, like when we watch the movie, it's like Michael doesn't even like put up a fight in that scene until everyone gets their one shot, and then once everyone's done, he's like, "You guys done? You guys done? Okay, my turn."
My turn.
I'm
just looking like, really?
He went full Thanos.
I'm like, this serial psychopath got shot, beat up, thrown, stabbed, and this mother still standing?
He went full Thanos. He went full Thanos.
Have gone for the head.
And just Thanos snapped the entire block. Everyone's dead. Tommy Jarvis. Keep in mind, one piece of fun trivia. They wanted Paul Rudd to come back. Paul Rudd had to was doing Ghostbusters 3 Afterlife. The real Ghostbusters 3. He was doing Ghostbusters Afterlife. So he couldn't show up, which if he died, I was gonna be pissed. But they killed all Tommy Jarvis, and Michael takes one good swing and kills him with one good swing. Now, if you watch the extended version of this movie, Michael cracks him in the skull so hard, the freaking bat does break. Michael then takes it by the edge and just jabs it into Tommy's skull. You don't see it, but it's implied that it goes through Tommy's head. So if you really thought Tommy was gonna come back,
nope.
Oh, he done. Nope. Then kills Karen, because Karen, being a Karen, goes to another man's house with no one's permission and gets got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I love how while this is happening,
to say goodbye to yesterday.
And I love how like while this is happening, Lori and the officer are having this conversation about how Michael is not a human; he's a manifestation of evil. And I love the look on your face, because before we went to see the movie, like while we were waiting in line to see the movie, I did say, like, watch, you're gonna make some kind of obscure Halloween 6 reference. And you were and like when they were having that conversation, you were like, bleep you, Mike, bleep you, bleep you, bleep
Oh yeah, I was going off in the middle of that movie, bro. When Michael got up and started killing the entire mob, I'm like, oh, this is bull. You know what?
Yeah.
I was heated when I saw that part. And now I'm okay with it.
And nowhere near as heated as literally that dialogue that they were having over that scene.
The more Michael kills, so it's like the more Michael kills, the stronger he gets. Funny enough, never mind. The more Michael kills,
the Hulk.
The stronger he gets. Yeah.
Well, the madder he gets, the stronger he gets. That thing reminds me of the Hulk. I'm like,
I'm looking for. Can I get a World Breaker Michael Myers for Halloween? Oh no, I forgot. We already saw this movie. I've seen this movie twice now.
Like I'm watching the movie, right? I'm watching. I'm like, yo, this is why. I'm like, what the heck? No.
Dude, it's like, again, how is it that, okay, so David Gordon Green and Dan McBride have stated that like they were done with the supernatural stuff, right? Remember how they were talking a lot about the direction they were going to take this movie, that it was going to go back to the roots of the 78 movie where Michael was just a man.
Yeah.
Now we have questionable moments in the 2018 movie. I mean, he curve stomped the psychiatrist's head. He
didn't just curb stomp it. He did the A-Town stomp on his head.
He took a gunshot to the face when Karen shot him with a sniper rifle. And was still going after Lord blew 2 of his fingers off.
Yeah, I mean, my man is still up, still running. I'm like,
And
what?
then he lifts up those firefighters like we saw in the opening fight scene.
And it's like, bro, we literally just saw you get in the previous movie. Because keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this movie is a continuation of Halloween 2018. We are right where we left off. Just like how Halloween 1981's Halloween 2 took place the exact same night as 1978's Halloween, where Laurie goes to the hospital and Michael's trying to go after her. Almost the same thing. It is the exact same night with Halloween Kills.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, we have saw this man get shot in the face, get two of his fingers blown off, and get thrown into the basement, and the whole building's ablaze. You cannot tell me that this man has not suffered any blood loss or any severe trauma to the skull and is still going. I say this because when we get to Halloween Ends, we're going to remind people of what they said. Again, I love the director and the writer to this movie. I really do. I think they really knocked it out of the park with 2018. This movie, compared to the next movie, it's just like, it's like everything they said kind of went out the window. And it's no disrespect to Danny McBride and David Gordon Green. No disrespect whatsoever at all. However, this man's not supposed to be supernatural. And he's doing supernatural things.
He really is.
Yeah, see, like in Halloween 4, when Michael went full, Metal Gear, in that scene towards the end of the movie, or even the psychic connection he had with Jamie, at least like that is explained that in that timeline, Michael is supernatural. He has the power of Thorn, and they go further into it in a convoluted way in the sixth one. But the point is, at least in that continuity, it's explained how he's able to do these supernatural things. But like if they go in the direction of Michael is a normal human who just happens to be a sociopath, you got to be consistent with it. Heck, even the Pumpkin timeline was more consistent.
So Karen's dead. Let's just get there. Karen's dead, and the movie ends with Laurie and Michael looking out their respective windows. But if you saw the extended version of the movie, Laurie calls Karen's phone. Michael picks up and she says, "I'm coming for you." She walks out of the hospital, and that's how the extended version of the movie ends with one of my favorite bands, Ghosts, playing Hunter's Moon. I actually like Ghosts. I'm not the biggest fan of some of the things they do, but Hunter's Moon, in my opinion, is one of the best songs of 2021. I love that song.
All right.
Anyways, did we talk about our likes or anything like that? Likes, dislikes?
Nope. We're just about to get to that.
Okay, likes, dislikes. I'll go first real quick. It's going to be very simple. I love the supporting cast in the movie. The kills, I've already talked about. The kills are amazing. I think, again, in this trilogy, they get better and better. I enjoy it. And my all-time favorite part of the entire movie was the first 15 minutes when we're back in 78, which retcons the events of Halloween 2, in which Will Patton's character was a young deputy when Michael
first
took out his partner and he accidentally shot him. And we got Dr. Loomis, and we got one of the makeup guys who looked like Dr. Loomis, and all I did is put a few more prosthetics on him, and we're like, oh snap, Dr. Loomis is back. That was my favorite part of the whole movie. I'm not even gonna front. I honestly liked Lonnie and what's Allison's boyfriend's name again? Cameron, Lonnie and Cameron, and how they're talking about like Allison's dad, like, oh yeah, he used to sell me peyote. And those were great callbacks to the first movie, 2018 one. I like the supporting cast. I think Anthony Michael Hall, for what he is given, does a pretty good job as Tommy Jarvis. It was great to see Tommy Jarvis. Tommy Jarvis.
Tommy Jarvis.
Tommy Doyle.
Tommy Doyle, yeah.
Wrong MCU character.
I apologize. I mean, Tommy Doyle. It was great to see Tommy Doyle back. It was great to see Anthony Michael Hall as Tommy Doyle. I think he did a good job for what he was given. I think throughout the whole movie, it looks like he's trying to find that one line that he could say, that catchphrase to get everyone excited. But it's okay. I love Anthony Michael Hall. Been a fan of him since Breakfast Club and 16 Candles and Edward Scissorhands and Dead Zone. I love the Dead Zone. And it was great to see Homegirl, who played Lindsay, back. Yes, they actually got the little girl. And if you follow her on Instagram, she's great on Instagram. She's like 45, 46 now, if I remember correctly. She living life right now. She's on the recent cover of Maxim. She's living it. She's living the life right now.
Facts.
So yeah.
So what's your score out of 10?
And my dislikes is what we talked about. Everyone is drinking whatever is in the water supply in Haddonfield. Everyone's drinking it. It's made everyone stupid. I understand what they were going with the commentary of, the evil dies tonight and them blaming Homie for being Michael Myers, which led to his death and stuff. I get the commentary. I'm not going to go into it because it gets very, very political. But
yeah, we already went over it.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't think it was necessary. That's just my opinion. Now the third movie, I'm very divisive about it because I do understand why they went the way they did, and I could defend it. We'll talk about it when we talk about it. But yeah, the supply in the water. Everyone 1v1ing Michael like this is Evo Grand Finals, and this is Street Fighter Best of 5. I was so done. That was stupid. Now, having said that, I'm gonna give this movie a low 8 out of 10. Borderline 7. Low 8 out of 10. Because I actually gradually do like this movie over time. Okay? And there you go.
Okay, Mike, you go next.
Like I said, I don't do horror films. But I was watching this, right? And just to bounce off what Leo said, the kills were great. They were spectacular. But honestly, like Leo said, whatever is in that water in Haddonfield, no. Nope. So for me, I would have to give this movie a low 6.5 out of 10. Maybe 7.
Yeah. For me, again, positives, I have to agree with Leo. The kills were more creative. I like creative kills. Like that is like one of the upsides. The hospital scene with Evil Dies Tonight. Yeah, I like I said, I respect the social commentary. It definitely was a little bit more subtle than expected. I mean, it was pretty blatant, but it was more subtle than I would expect for a lot of modern Hollywood movies to do. Because modern Hollywood subtlety is not in their dictionary.
It's not.
Yeah, so I respect that. This thing that we see like on social media, like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Like we're seeing a real life version of that in the hospital scene, and and again, the big one of the biggest causes of self-destruction is ignorance, and ignorance is caused by fear and anger,
and
which all lead to the dark side.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah. No, the one free hit was pretty funny though. Like in the end of the movie, but I also laughed my butt off when he stood back up because again, Halloween 6 reference. Like I won't stop comparing. Like I won't stop referencing Halloween 6 when it comes to this movie.
I don't know why. If
I ever am in LA, and we all go to a movie together, and you start doing references, I'm just gonna look at you like,
New York Michael, you don't want to. I don't get why LA Mike is talking about Halloween 6 a lot. If he values our friendship, he would stop talking about it.
I only talk about Halloween 6 a lot when it comes to Halloween Kills. Okay, I didn't talk about Halloween 6 when it came to Halloween 2018 or Halloween Ends. Just one movie.
Okay.
Oh, that and Rob Zombie 2.
Jesus Christ. Okay, continue.
For reasons we're gonna get into if we ever review Rob Zombie 2.
We will at some point.
But much respect to the flashback scene, like the one with Don Pleasance, or rather the guy playing Don Pleasance's character. Like, I much respect. Again, there's disrespectful ways to bring back a character played by a passed away actor, and then there's respectful ways of doing it. I like that. Other than that, no, I have to agree with the downsides. I have to agree with Leo. They're as a certain character, minor character would say, they're putting substance D in our drinking water.
Oh man. Okay, that was a good one.
Yeah, no, that's exactly like that. I'm not gonna say who said it, but when we saw Scanner Darkly, I had to make that reference. But yeah, I have to give this movie a 7 out of 10. It's entertaining, but definitely on the lower half of the spectrum of good Halloween movies versus bad Halloween movies.
Mhm.
And no, don't get me wrong. There are worse movies, i.e. Halloween 6, Halloween Resurrection, Rob Zombie 2. But
Halloween 5.
Yeah. It's higher up on the low end, best of the worst. But yeah, we got 13 movies. They can't all be winners. I'm just disappointed that much like Halloween H2O, 2018 set the bar high for a possibly great franchise, and then its immediate sequel just kills all that potential to some capacity. And again, it's not I mean, compared to Resurrection, this is the superior film, but not by much. And again, killed the potential that Halloween 18 set up. I'm not angry at this movie, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
I give this movie a 7 out of 10.
Okay. New York Mike, what did you give it again? I don't remember.
I gave it a solid 6.5 out of 10, minimum 7.
Okay. Well, that's it for our review of Halloween Kills. As I mentioned earlier with a certain jingle from Halloween 3, Halloween is tomorrow as of the time of this recording. And I appreciate everyone for watching this this review of it. We without your support, we couldn't get this off the ground. So, much respect to all of y'all. Enjoy your Halloween season. I don't know what happened to him. I think he got murked by Michael or something. Did you do it? Did I do it? What's going on?
Well, it wasn't me, okay? Listen, just because my name is Michael, okay, don't mean that it was me. There's plenty other Michaels in this world.
The fact that it's just you and me left makes it a nice. The fact that it's just you and me back, it makes it a nice nod to
Thank you. I'm like,
the misfortune that we're gonna have to do on November 1st. We're gonna have to review Halloween Ends on November 1st. Can't do it on Halloween Day because everyone's got Halloween plans, and I hope you guys enjoy yours.
Well, I think my Halloween plans might get canceled. So I might be able to do it.
You cannot do this. You can't do Halloween Ends without bro. I saw Halloween Ends twice. Okay, I need this. I need this.
We're gonna get into Halloween Ends on November 1st. Just like when it's nice and safe, no Michael around to interfere with our internet connection, or otherwise this is gonna turn into Unfriended 3.
Let's not go there.
God. Oh shoot. No.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
In any case, have a safe Halloween. Make sure you have a great time while you're at it. Check your Snickers bars for all those razor blades, because you know how crazy some people get.
And also check your children's candies, because there are some candies that are laced with fentanyl. So please.
And also check your kids' costumes for any witches, skeletons, or pumpkins.
Michael Myers masks.
If you see any pictures of shamrocks, you might want to get rid of those masks. Just saying. Just run. But that aside, stay safe, stay hydrated. Update your emergency kits. Make sure your kid includes. Lock up your house at night. so that a guy in a white mask doesn't show up, because that's also part of your emergency kit that you should stay aware of. And other than that, have a happy Halloween, guys.
And also stay away from clowns. Please, just stay away from clowns.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, guys.